Hi everybody, how you doing? This is questions and answers to the comment section number 6. And we're going to talk anywhere from STDs to lawyers for title insurance. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Rusty Nelson and welcome to my YouTube channel where I do a lot of things about the villages, and I started this just a hair over a year ago and ended up buying a house. So please go back and watch some of the other videos if you haven't watched them, because it starts from the day I actually went on my first lifestyle visit, and everything that I've learned so far, I just keep putting it out on the videos. And part of that is answering the questions that come up in the comments. So today, that's exactly what I'm doing. We're going to run through a bunch of those comments and questions. One thing I'd like to say is I like everybody, if they can, to go ahead and put the questions in the comments. I know people try to get in touch with me through my private email, and they've written long, lengthy type things, and I just don't answer that way because, and I'll tell you the reason why, is because if I answer that question, then anybody that has the same question may just keep asking them in the comments, and I have to keep writing it over and over. And I try so desperately hard to answer or reply or give a thumbs up to people that actually write questions to me in the comments or even just make statements. And thank you so much, I'll say it right now, for subscribing. It really helps the channel out, as most of you know. So just take a second and ring that bell. Make sure you ring the all part of the bell. Take the second selection. Also, the thumbs up really helps out a lot. And if you have questions and comments, it may not be just me that answers your questions. Go ahead and put them below. Anything that's stupid, I'm sorry, folks, it's not going in there. It's just as simple as that. I mean, there are some grumpy people out there, and I'm just going to let that blow by and not even put them out there. So let's go ahead and get started on the first question. It says the garage does not look deep enough to park in. As the truck sits, the garage door will hit when lowered, and the space next to it is even shorter. WTF. Now, I'm not sure that was needed, but I had recently just done a 1-year update. In other words, since the first day that I had done my first video, and that was, I really had no idea what was happening till a year later when I did this video, and that was when I had purchased my house. And in there, it looked like the truck did not fit in the garage. Now, I have a big truck. I have an Avalanche, so it's a good size SUV, a full size SUV. And so here's my experience with the garages so far. I've been on 3 lifestyle visits. You can look at those videos in there, and I think I covered the garage in each one. And the garage is kind of important to me because I do have a big truck, and I also definitely will have a golf cart. Remind me, I'll talk about this in a second afterwards, the golf cart thing. And so far, it seems as though most of the garage, in fact, all of the garages in my lifestyle and the people's garages that I've been into, their cars have easily fit into the garages. So I think the garage space in general for most of these is pretty abundant. Now, with that said, it is definitely, in my opinion, and I'm not a real estate agent, but in my opinion, it looks like as they build these out, a very desirable thing is to have a 2-car garage, if it's that size home, plus a golf cart garage. And that's one of the reasons I bought the home that I did. Also, along with the resale value is the fact of storage space. So if you get that extra golf cart garage, which is a little bit smaller, like the question said, that is true. The third one will not fit a car unless you have something like a 1952 MGTD. That'll probably fit in there. I think the space is about 18 feet long for the golf cart garage and a golf cart is around, I think, 8 feet long. So you barely fit two golf carts in there. Anyway, that's it. I hope that answered that. My general consensus of what I've seen as far as the garage size. Now, let me jump back a second. That doesn't include, the much smaller homes. In fact, some homes just have an overhang that you can park under, and that's about it, and a place to put the golf cart. All right, on to the next question. Let's jump back real quick. This is not a question, but I wanted to address that golf cart thing. I try not to do things that are time sensitive because things change so rapidly, but I want to put this information out there. If you are thinking about buying a golf cart, and I'll tell you what happened to me. I went in, I purchased my home, and I was going to buy a golf cart. I just wasn't sure what I was going to buy yet, so I kind of hemmed and hawed for a little while. Now, the rule used to be that if you purchased a home and then you went to go buy a golf cart, they would give you a loaner for the time being because you are in a golf cart community. So half the fun of it is driving around in the golf cart. So now with all the delivery things and all the problems with supplies, I go back in to get a golf cart. And I want to tell you that this is November of 2021. And like I said, things are time sensitive. I went back in a week later after I first went in to go get a golf cart, came back in and was told by the Village's golf cart that they do not give loaners anymore. Now that may change down the road, but so now I ordered a golf cart. My golf cart will take 6 months to be delivered. So we are talking about getting the golf cart all the way out into April. And that's even if that holds true. We have no idea. So everything is in a real flux right now. And I believe that they'd really like to be able to get their hands on some golf carts, but they just can't seem to buy them from Yamaha, at least anyway. I believe they do have some electric ones. And so if you're thinking about buying a house, my suggestion is, now remember this is time sensitive, so this is right now. If you've bought a house and you're thinking about a golf cart, or you're getting ready to close on a house, whatever it may be, go in, put the $500 down on a golf cart as a deposit if you're going to buy it from the Villages, and go ahead and get yourself in line and realize at this point in time, you are not going to get a loaner. So you are stuck in the golf cart community with no golf cart. All right, now let's go on to the next question. One of the fun things I get to do while doing these videos is meet people out on the street, so to speak, out in the Villages. And early on, I met a couple named Mike and Kelly. And you meet these people and then you never really know what happens to them. But let me play, just as a reminder, who they are. I met them in the middle of the night. I think it was like on my second lifestyle visit. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But they were out in the middle of Eisenhower, lost. Anyway, here's the clip. Check it out.
So I was out here, and in typical fashion here in the Villages, when you see somebody on the side of the road looking at their cell phone.
We're lost.
Yeah, you go.
We're lost.
You go, they're lost. And this is Mike and Kelly from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Right? So they were out here in the middle of Eisenhower, right? As I was pulling out and getting ready to go down to the Brownwood, and I saw them looking on their cell phone, so I stopped by. And when I pulled up, they go, "Oh my God, that's Rusty!" So anyway,
we subscribed, by the way.
They subscribed. We're down here looking at. They came down because they saw one of the videos that I did. But anyway, I thought it would just be really fun to let them say hi to everybody on the. So
listen to Rusty.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. And then I got some of those other still pictures. Anyway, see you down here. Bye.
So that was them months and months ago. And I'm out shooting some drone video out in the middle of nowhere, out by the new golf courses. And all of a sudden, this couple comes by in their golf cart, and it's Mike and Kelly with their dog. So here's the catch up and the update with them.
All right, now we're playing catch up.
Okay,
Now we got the dog now,
Yeah,
and
we're here.
and how's everything going now?
It's doing really well. Yeah, we when last you saw us, we were lost. Over by Eisenhower, or where was that?
Eisenhower, yeah, in the parking lot.
Didn't know where we were. We finally know where we're at.
they were villager virgins.
Yes, we were. We were just checking out. We came down on a lifestyle, and
now
we loved it. We bought, and we're in this over here at St. Catherine. So
and they're my neighbors now.
yeah, we're actually in the same area. So
And don't let people tell you the summer's terrible, because the summer is awesome.
the summer.
Yeah,
was
summer
awesome.
wasn't. So you just got to know how to pace yourself. That's all.
Yeah,
I love it
you know,
here.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So
And the dog's name?
This is Martin.
that's Marty. Yeah,
Marty's pretty well behaved.
yeah.
He's a good
He
dog.
loves it here too. That's for
So
sure.
anyway, it's always fun to run into people, as I say, but this was especially fun. Totally converted from a few months ago. See you later.
But,
I always love doing those things. And it's so much fun meeting people out and about. And that's, like I said, that's one of the great things about the villages is you have this concentration of people. They're all there for the same reason, and they're all having fun, most of them. And so it turns out to a great atmosphere for the villages. It's just a great place. Anyway, now on to the next question. The next couple of questions deal with renting homes. Now, I'll put the link up above for a video that I did when I came down to rent a home. But DB writes, as a newbie to the rental services, is there a risk that these rentals are not legitimate? Just don't want to be scammed. Thanks for the info. All right, so there's different types. You need to go back, if you have questions about this, you need to go back and look at the video that I did because it covers a lot of this. But regarding the scam thing, I was concerned because the first rental I did was through a site. And I'll bring the site up here. Let me see whether I can do this. I did it through these guys, Rent from a Villager. Now, this is their updated version. And if we read this, and I don't like reading a whole lot, but it says, how can I protect myself when renting by owner you are actually renting from the owner of the home themselves. Our goal is to provide an advertising platform, and that's pretty much exactly what this website does. The landlord of the person that's going to rent their house comes onto this site and puts an ad in there, and you contact them through that. And if you jump down to the bottom, it says, we have no other information about the property than what is listed on our site. Please contact the owner of the property directly for all questions and concerns. Then the next part of their statement says, how can I verify the owner is legitimate? And this is exactly what I did. I didn't see this on there at the time. I just did this on my own. I contacted the owner, back and forth with a couple of emails with them, and they gave me their mailing address. And I said, is this your home address? And, you know, if they're not willing to give up their address, then I'm not willing to send them a check. But it worked out really well for me. I looked it up on the property taxes. Then that actually verified that this was who it was and they owned the home. There was also some reviews on there. So that kind of made me feel comfortable that I was not about ready to be scammed. There's also different types of websites. Now, the main one that's run by the villages, obviously, I would think you're pretty safe on there because from what I understand, their rentals, they're pretty strict with the people that are renting through them. Like you have to have certain things in the house. You don't have a golf cart. Now, if you jump back to the last question, that may become really important right now because trying to get a rental through the local area when you rent a house from an owner, it might be important for you to get a golf cart with that, make sure it comes with it, because if not, trying to get a rental, you need to make sure that you're guaranteed a rental someplace. So my main thing is if you're renting it through somebody like the villages, you probably pretty well off know that it's not a scam. Rent by owner, and if it's one of those websites that does an advertising, then you may want to check through the tax records. If you're renting through a management company, say something that a real estate company that does rentals, then you pretty much know that they've been verified through them. So you have to kind of do your own due diligence on that. Now, the second part of this question, and I hope that helps you out a lot, without giving too much private info, how much should one expect to pay for a month's rental? Also, the rentals available for the winter months. Definitely they are. But if you're trying to rent December, January, February, and March, you're going to have probably a heck of a time. And by the time, if you're doing it at the last minute, you're definitely going to have a hard time. And the rental costs are very high. You can go well up into $4,000 a month, and a lot of places will only take rentals from January to February. Those 3 months, they want those 3 months or not at all. So you definitely go back to that video that I did. It's very thorough on what's going on. But if you want to rent in the middle of the summer, you're going to find a variance probably from a little over $1,000 a month to December, January, you're going to find $4,000 a month. And it depends on what area of the village is. But go ahead and check out that video. I think that'll really help on both of these questions. On to the next question. The last group of questions dealt with rentals. Now we're going to talk about buying a house. And Renee wrote in, congratulations on a year. Are you there full time? I'm looking at the villages. And I've narrowed it down, but the prices are insane. Yeah, the prices are kind of high. But if you were in California, where I just came from, an 800 square foot home right there went for about 1.4 million when I left. And you're buying into that lifestyle, and that's the price of the homes. So I'm not a real estate agent, so don't take my advice on anything. Do your own due diligence and your own research. But kind of the way I looked at this is I was buying into a retirement lifestyle. I don't really have a plan on flipping this home. I plan on keeping it. And even if I decided not to live there, I'll probably rent it out part of the time. But if you're at that point in your life where you're going to move there, you're retired, you're going to hang your hat there, as they call them, a frog down there, you're there till you croak. Do you really care that the fluctuation in the price of a home? Now, I was told when I first got there that, and I was first started doing my research, that the price of the homes in the villages have never really gone down. And right now, yes, there's a lot of people that want to move down there because of the lifestyle and the economics, and people want to enjoy that type of active lifestyle. So I'm not so sure that sitting back and waiting for the price of the home to go down is the greatest thing. At least it wasn't for me. I jumped in, and to be honest with you, right now, the price of my home to buy the exact same home is about 10% more. So I'm not complaining, but it's not really a big factor in why I bought the home. So I'm not so sure. You need to think about why you're buying the home. And if you're missing out on that type of lifestyle and you want to become part of that lifestyle, then it's probably a good idea to buy what you can afford right now and start enjoying that lifestyle. And don't forget, if you're selling a home from wherever you are, most likely those prices have also gone up also. So anyway, there's a couple of thoughts on purchasing a home and quote the crazy prices of the homes. On to the next one. First of all, let me say there's going to be a little fluctuation in the audio. For some reason, I caught another mic while I was recording, so you're going to hear a little fluctuation in the audio. Sorry about that. But Peter writes, hey, Rusty, how you doing? I'm up here in Chester County, which is right where I am here in Kennett Square, PA. And I'm looking to buy a patio villa. 2 questions. Did you use a lawyer for closing? And did you take out title insurance? Now, let me say this right up front. Please listen to every word I say. I am not an attorney. I am not a real estate agent. I'm just going to repeat what I did. I'm not saying it's the right thing for you to do or the prudent thing for you to do, but this is what I did, and this is the reason I did it. When I went to go buy the home, from what I can remember, even though it was a flurry of stuff going on, you have title insurance, which needs to be taken out. And this is for the bank and everything else. So that's completely different than what I'm talking about. The title insurance I'm talking about is the title insurance to protect me. Now, here's the thing. If you read the contract, at least the contract that I had, it says on there, and you sign a document that says that the Villages Land Company promises to deliver a clear and free title. So they are, in essence, guaranteeing that they are going to deliver a clear title to you. So for that particular reason, and the fact that they've been through this 1,000 times, and they just purchased the property that St. Catherine's was built on not too long ago, I figured it was pretty safe, and I decided to go without getting insurance, simply because I already had this document that said that they promised to deliver free and clear title. So that's the one question. The second part of it was asked about an attorney. They've done this over and over and over and over and over again. And as far as I could tell, as I read through everything, it was pretty much cookie cutter documents. I mean, just the way everything went together, that was it. I did not get a lawyer for myself simply because I felt very comfortable with what was going on, and with the amount of homes that were being sold, I felt comfortable. Now, this is my own personal opinion. The second part about that is, and it sounds kind of ridiculous, is you are pretty much, this is not like buying a house out in the middle of wherever, Ohio someplace, where you're buying a house from a small builder. They are selling you the home. Either you like the home that you're buying or you don't like the home that you're buying. I hate to say this, and it sounds kind of ridiculous, there's no real negotiating at this point in time. You are buying that house. So for that reason, I didn't get an attorney or a lawyer to help me out or go through it. It's pretty much a canned process. That's about it. And I hope that helps you out, Peter, but you have to do what you feel is the best thing for you, and you have to do your own research along with everybody else. So on to the next question, which is, this one's a fun one, and it's been answered 1,000 times, but we're going to do it anyway. Here we go. I literally, every week I get numerous questions about this over and over again in multiple variations, but this is the basics of it. And I'm going to answer this. We'll bring it up in a second. I'm going to answer this, but I am going to do, and I've been slowly putting it together because there's a lot, a video about the rumors in the Villages. So this is just a small snippet, but we'll go ahead and do this. So Charles writes, and I totally understand this, Charles. I get it, because of the way things came about with a lot of this part of this subject. Didn't the Villages have a really bad STD problem a couple years ago? So here's the basics of it. Back, I think, in 2009, some idiot writer up in New York decided to put a hit story on about the Villages, got in contact with a doctor in Miami that had to rescind their statement later that this was like a swingers place. And you can see the smile on my face already. It's so ridiculous. It's just not true. So anything you see out there about that, For me, I haven't seen any of it. Nothing, zero. And the STD problem came about, not the problem, the rumor came about because of a misinformed writer. But what happened was, as the article came out, it went like wildfire around the country because it makes a great story. A bunch of people cruising around in golf carts, having a good time. They must be partiers and everything else. Just not true, Charles. At least I haven't heard that rumor being down there. And every time you bring it up to people down there, they just kind of chuckle. So that's it for that question. And I will not be answering that again until the rumors video that I have coming out really soon.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to try to do this. This is Fred and Jennifer.
Hey!
They're from Michigan. They saw the videos. They came down. I'm going to try to get this on. Say hi to everybody in the This is a Tuesday night at the Villages.
Crazy!
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
They're crazy.
That was probably the wrong video to put on right after the STD, the little clip. But that was a Tuesday night, and that was down by Red Sauce, down by the square. And that was a night that the Single in the Villages group was having a party at Red Sauce outside, and it was a lot of fun. And they stopped me, and actually on both sides of me, behind me, in front of me. And I told them I'd go ahead and put that on. And like I said, it's so much fun meeting people out on the street and people visiting the Villages. Thank you so much for stopping in. It was great to have you. Thank you so much for subscribing, and make sure you please hit that like button. And like I always say, I will either see you here in the Villages or I'll see you back on the videos. Thanks a lot for dropping in. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, because it's in a couple of days from now.